have never, ever, ever seen anything like this. This would be like if you're playing the Super Bowl or a football game and Goodell's not beyond it, but fourth quarter, your team's losing, and they just go, we're going to add 20 minutes. We're going to change all the rules. Midstream, you cannot do this. If you can do this, you can do anything. You can literally change the rules at any moment, at any time, for any reason, if you don't like the way it's going, even though you previously said the rules can't be changed. Robinhood is dead. Robinhood's only, like at this point, if I worked at Robinhood, I'd be like, I have two options. I end up in handcuffs in prison, or I'm just going to go bankrupt, but I'm not going to end up in prison because I'm going to turn it back on and people won't sue me. But you're done. The decisions that were made at Robinhood today should land everybody who was involved in those decisions in prison.
All right, everybody. Welcome back for another one. And I wanted to start this video off with that clip from Mr. Dave Portnoy, the Barstool Sports president, right? So his little rant was pretty funny, but it's true, right? It's true. We're seeing all these platforms, Robinhood, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, whatever, they're all just going along with what they're told, right? As I'm about to show you. But why are they allowed to just shut down markets or delist stocks and stuff like that in the middle of trading? Right? Just as he said, they're just reinventing the rules as we go through the game. Right? That is not fair, and it just shows you it was never about the little guy, all right? The same thing goes for accredited investors. That was never about the little guy. It's about keeping poor people poor. Simple as that. They don't want you buying on ground level. They buy on ground level, and then they sell to you at 20, 50, 100 times more in value later on down the road. All right? But as you can see, there's a lot of outrage right now on the Twitter community, investment community, and so on because of what's going on. And for good reason, right? Check this out as well. So Reddit investors, go ahead and follow them at Reddit investors. So they posted this tweet as well. Robinhood has begun selling shares for people's own good, right? So this is right off the Robinhood app. We're sorry, this order can't be canceled as we've placed it to mitigate the risk to your account, right? So they're just deciding to sell. They're liquidating people's shares on GameStop because they've decided it's in your best interest, right? Now, regardless of your opinion on the GameStop stock price, it's been blowing up, right? It probably doesn't make sense to be as high as it is. It's probably going to get shorted and crash. You would not be surprised. But that's not up to Robinhood to decide for you, all right? So this is getting out of hand. It's ridiculous, right? Another one. So I'm glad that I followed them today. I didn't know this was even a thing, but now I'm going to, keep up with the Reddit investors group. So this post as well today, Robinhood insider information. He says, I work for Robinhood. Don't kill me. Low-level technical shit, comp science major, not finance side. Guess what we overheard today? Vladimir, the founder, and the C-suite received calls from Sequoia Capital and the White House that pressured them into closing trade on GameStop. I guarantee you the same took place at E-Trade and the others who closed trading. File reports on the SEC page. He says file reports on the SEC page. If I wasn't scared to be out of work in a pandemic, I'd quit. I'm disgusted. We all need to rise up. This is as bad as it gets when we talk about how the rich get one set of rules and the rest of us get screwed over and over and over again, left to bail them out and pick up the tab for their trillion-dollar tax breaks. We need to pile pressure on every government and financial institution involved in this travesty of justice. I'm taking a massive career risk even posting here, but fuck these motherfuckers. All right. As you can see, the theme is revolution, right? So they're starting to push this idea. There's another one. So they say it looks like Wall Street Bets is pushing silver next. Here are some of the comments. All right, basically they're talking about how silver should be worth at least $580 according to inflation and everything from the 80s, saying silver was $50 in the 80s, and so with inflation that should be about $580, which is correct. All right, And then so they go on talking about how, price of silver is manipulated. It's not fair. If you want to actually read the full tweet, go ahead and check it out. But I don't know how this is going to work out for them because silver is a whole different animal than GameStop. But, hey, if you're interested in participating in this speculation, looks like they might be trying to go after silver as well. But the immediate one that they went after was Dogecoin, which I'll get into next. So, the Wall Street Bets chairman, follow him at WSB chairman. So they said they can only control us because we use their currency. All right. So now here comes the whole collective of bringing in this revolution, right? So these people that typically don't trade crypto, right? They typically are more in the stock world. They're starting to realize, right, what this was all kind of out there for. I'm not sure that this is going to work out in people's favor, but ultimately you can see that there's going to be a push towards crypto. I expect this to continue and start flooding into the market. We'll see how it works out. But as I mentioned, everybody immediately was jumping on Doge, right? So Dogecoin was trending for the day, and here's this, I don't know who this guy is, actually. He has a blue check mark. But anyway, everyone's tweeting about Doge, trying to pump it. And of course, it's up like 200% today. So I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about the Doge chart just a few days ago, saying how it looked ready to break out, how we were kind of in a bull flag. Of course, that didn't take into account that everyone on Twitter was going to start talking about buying Doge. So I'm sure that helps pump the price. But anyway, it did. And unfortunately, I sold my Doge a few days ago. I didn't have too much, so I missed out on probably $600-700 off this pump. But as I go along, I sell my crypto to take care of necessities, and I typically sell the ones that I care the least about. Ended up being Dogecoin, but of course, Doge is going to pump first. Of course, people like pumping the meme coin. That would be hilarious if in the end it's Doge that becomes the winner, right? All right. That's about all I got for the drama today. I just had to talk about this because clearly that's the theme. Everyone's talking about how Wall Street and the billionaires and so on are changing the rules as we go along if it's not fitting their scenario perfectly. And I guess there's been a couple major hedge funds get close to going out of business just because of this GameStop news. So, all right, that's about all I got there. Talk a little bit about the Bitcoin price. So, as you can see here, I'm just going to keep following this pattern now because it's looking more and more like 2019, which is crazy. But if the pattern continues to play out as it has since October, I wouldn't be surprised now if we get a quick pump. So if we get another pump all the way up to around 38,000 area or so within the next few days, week maybe, 2 weeks tops, something like that, we would be following right along with the pattern once again. So we'll see what happens. That's my short-term take. I think that we go up from here and get a pretty good bounce here very soon, right? Last but not least, wanted to bring you up to speed on this. If you haven't seen it, OKCoin ties up with Unstoppable Domains, simplifying crypto wallet addresses. In short, the cryptocurrency exchange OKCoin has announced support for .crypto domain names. They have partnered with Unstoppable Domain for the integration with exchange wallets, and OKCoin will provide its users with the ability to pick simple names as a replacement for long wallet addresses. So this has been inevitable, in my opinion. We're just starting to see the rollout now. If you guys don't have an Unstoppable Domain yet, you might want to go check that out because it will simplify your life in the future. And you might be able to get one now that you couldn't get later on down the road. But basically, as they say here, you're going to be able to pick simple names as a replacement for long wallet addresses. I've been waiting for this to come out. Like, wouldn't you rather send your name, John Doe, instead of that long 0x address that you're having to copy and paste all the time? So what they're going to do is simplify it, allow you to have it all kind of in one decentralized location per se, and your friends can send money to John Doe instead of your long 0x address. There you go. There you have it. I've bought some myself also because down the road, as I've mentioned, I might want to do a hedge fund or some kind of digital asset fund, start a company in that manner. Also maybe on the side or one or the other have my own wealth management as well. Because as I mentioned to you before, I did used to work as a financial advisor. I don't now because I saw that the revolution was in digital money and digital finance. So I came here for now. Once all the regulations are put in place to where this can actually make sense on a global scale, then I will move back in probably to the wealth management stuff. So this is a few that I bought: digital asset funds.crypto and digital wealth management.crypto. I also bought Lumen Technologies, as well as my own personal name. Lumen Technologies specifically because there's a few companies that are related to this. I don't know if you've seen CenturyLink or not, but they changed their name to Lumen for some reason. You got Stellar Lumens, and then you got, I don't know if you've seen it, but that little device that measures if you're using fat or carbs for energy is called the Lumen device. So Lumen has been the theme, so I decided to buy a Lumen Technologies because in hopes that somebody else might want it later on down the road. Who knows if I'll be right or not? These things are only $40, so not too big of a deal to me. Kind of a short one here today. Hope it was informative. As always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.
What is a cashless society? What does it actually mean in a literal or high-level sense?
Money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these.
Then Tracy is in Beijing to show us what a nearly cashless society actually looks like. Ben, good morning.
Mobile payment transactions in China reached a cumulative total of 277.4 trillion RMB in 2018, ranking #1 in the world, according to the recently released statistical report on internet development in China. As of June 2019, online payment users in the country reached 633 million. The cashless society is now approaching.
When's the last time you paid with cash? Well, chances are cash has taken a backseat to the plastic in your wallet and smartphone pay apps.
Denver 7's Ryan Luby explains the digital pay revolution and why not everyone is on board.
The cashless society, the cashless society.
The cashless society.
The cashless society is now approaching.
The cashless society.